Hey everyone, this is Dave, aka DREVG. Today is June 28th, Monday, and I'm just responding to Morgan's post of the successful winning trade. Congratulations. I thought it was very well put together. Both the analysis, the limit order that was placed, how it was triggered, everything. It was very, very well done. I didn't wake up early enough to do any of that analysis. I just can't do it. But when I was able to look back in the charts, I tried to think of what I might be looking at the same period. And here's what I may have found. Now, I emphasize may have found. It's very likely that price action had already gone well past where I'm going to show you what a good setup might be, and then I might not have got it either. But I just wanted to at least make you aware of it so that next time maybe someone can see it and take advantage of it. This is the supply area that Morgan identified. Here's the support and resistance area he identified. And here's the two 5-minute areas that he identified from Friday's price action. I recreated this as best as I could, so there might be a few things that are a little off, but for the most part this should suffice. A few things that I've added are pivot points. Here's S1 here, the blue line is the daily pivot, and I also have some moving averages in here. Here's the 200 EMA, the 21 EMA is the blue line, and the yellow line is the 8 EMA. Hindsight is always 20/20, so naturally someone would look at this and go, well gee, I would have traded the cross of the 8 and 21 just as it went below the 200. You know, that's easy to see, but it's not always easy to implement. My reaction when something like this happens is to find where the pullback was, not even enter at the pullback if you don't like to, but enter at the close of that turnaround. This small retrace, we would put a buy stop in here and sell down to whatever level that you want to identify as a good support level. In this case, when you're dealing with this type of setup, and it's at the beginning of the day like that, and we have a pretty strong push down past the 200, it's not a bad idea to target something lower on the chart. In this case, what would help us to do that? Well, I'm going to add a couple of things in here, and the first one is going to be MACD. MACD is great because it helps us to see what the momentum of the trades are. And as you can see here, where I've identified where I would have gone short, again, I don't know that I would have taken this, but I'm just saying, looking back on this particular trade and what was going on, this to me would have looked like a good area. So sell on stop right here, and if you look down, you'll see that we are below the waterline, and we are also obviously crossed down on MACD. That's a good indication. This is your traditional, 12-26-9 MACD. I'm not a huge fan of indicators necessarily, but I do certainly use them for confirmation purposes. The other thing I put up was just an RSI, and if you put RSI up here, and I think I have this at a 4 period, just for kicks, you'll see that we're also below the 50 here, so there's a double confirmation there, for me anyway. And if we add one more in here, I'm a big fan of momentum too, and momentum's always a good thing to put up to see how much force is behind the move. We'll see here that I'm below the 100 and I'm heading down. I have these confirmations. I've broken this swing low. I'm below the 200. I've come off a supply zone and a support and resistance area. All this to me is pretty strong evidence that my sell stop would be here. I could easily put my stop loss above that support and resistance line, which is 30 pips back, and identify S1 as a great target, which is a little over 60 pips down. So that's still 1 to 2 risks to reward. But I think it's maybe even a little stronger because we have some quality resistance up here, and we have to sit through a little more pain, perhaps. I mean, we're in the money the whole time, but it certainly takes a little while before this finally took off. You'll see on a post that I made earlier today, I took this run from a different setup, but it was the same type of idea. I really like that price action had to come up and grab the trade. I think that was awesome. I think most people should be doing that. Another way to do it would have been to enter on the close of these lows here, or even on the low of the candles here. Another sell on stop limit order. All great ideas. I just wanted to make sure that you noticed that there was some other setups in here that had the same risk to reward, but on a larger scale, that may have even had a little less risk, since there were some nice resistance points above. So with that, I hope you get something out of it. This was really well done, and I hope to see some more good stuff coming out of Morgan. Thanks, guys.